Smallpox suffering from VVF in Nigeria is more than 2 million. It's more than 2 million because many of them are even ashamed of going to hospital because they feel even if they go to hospital, they won't get any support. And even the awareness is so low that people feel that like even there's no cure for VVF because the awareness is so low that you go to a state capital, like the state of Kano, we have a VVF center for the past 30 years. But sad enough, when you go to that center, instead of improvement, what we are witnessing is retrogression. Because I think some 20-25 years ago in Kano, we had a VVF center managed by a private individual along Zoo Road. But instead of Kano State government or any government, be it federal government or Kano State government, improve that very center, they are all asked to pack and go back to Murtala Muhammad Specialist Hospital, and the center was turned to a conventional hospital. And today, Mr. Speaker, if you go to Murtala Muhammad Specialist Hospital, that VVF center, it is pathetic. It is pathetic. It is heartbreaking because you find a situation whereby a husband and the parent will bring their child, their daughter, and maybe his wife. After 2 days, the husband will run away. The woman will remain there for at least 2 years. Because I think the issue is not only the leakage of urine. In some cases, it even leads to the leakage of stool. That's what, because it's effective, they call it fistula. In general, it is a fistula issue, whereby you find the situation you cannot even afford to enter where they are living. Even to have access to sick bay is very difficult for them. If you go to Kano, I'm citing the example to Kano because I come from Kano. You find the situation whereby some are even sleeping under shade because they are rejected by their immediate family. Even if they go to their village, they will not find succor. So it's even better for them to remain in the hospital, in the center where there's no sufficient food for them, there's no sufficient accommodation, and even there's no sufficient medical care. Why? Because the number of doctors is a special case, Mr. Speaker, whereby not every doctor can attend to them. And when you look at the ratio, at the numbers, the statistics of the doctors who can attend to them, you can say maybe one doctor to like 100,000 patients. You find the situation whereby they'll book you for surgery for 6 months. 6 months that you remain in hospital for 6 months before you get surgical operation. And even when you look at the condition they go through, is pathetic because at times, even after the surgery, they'll tell you that on daily basis, you have to take at least 10 liters of water. You have to drink 10 liters of water. So imagine drinking 10 liters of water, and they'll put you on special diet. They'll put you on special diet, and there's no one to care for you. A situation whereby your husband run away, your immediate family run away, and they put you under special diet. Who will provide that special diet for you? So at times you find the situation they are only getting succor from all these civil society group and all these NGO. And the highest they can offer to them is like they should teach them how to sew cloth, how to maybe engage in weaving and others. But a situation whereby someone is leaking urine, someone is leaking stool, who will take his cloth to him to make, who will give him clothes to make for him? So Mr. Speaker, it's a monster. It's a monster. At least we need to do something. Not only as a house, as human beings. As a nation, we need to address, because this is what we have been through for the last 100 years. And until today, it is only in Africa which we are still discussing about VVF. Yes, Mr. Speaker, it has two legs. The cause and the treatment. At times, before we start talking of the treatment, we have to look at the cause. What is the root cause of VVF? We need to keep a lot of sentiment aside. some people will come with religious sentiments, some will come with tribal. At times when people say early marriage, I always look at them. Early marriage is a relative term, Mr. Speaker. Maybe a girl of 18 years will be ripe enough for the job, while in some cases another girl of 13 years will be ripe for the job. So at least we need to get fully informed, fully aware. Come again?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, we need to be fully informed and fully aware as a society about the root cause of this ailment. It can happen to anyone. Some people feel it only happens to people at the age of below 13 years. No, it's not true. In some cases, you find ladies at the age of 40, even affected by VVF, because it's a problem between the vagina and that of anus, whereby maybe the opening, when there is rupture, it gives birth to all these problems. So, Mr. Speaker, I think this is a clarion call, not only for the House of Reps, for the nation, to rise up and appreciate the fact that we have a problem. We have over 2 million ladies, our sisters, living out there, suffering from degradation, suffering from social stigma, suffering from a lot of hardship. So, Mr. Speaker, I urge this House to support this motion, and the way he put it that we should maintain the mandate the Committee on Health Services, not only maybe to look at the prayers, look, Mr. Speaker, to do an in-depth job, and maybe invite the Minister of Health to come and address this House with regard to this VVF, so that we can share information among ourselves and bring an end to it. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.